everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for watching. Today we're talking about our four-wheeler. It is a Honda Foreman 500, and we did a video about thinking about buying one, I think 2 years ago. And we actually just got a comment like, what did you guys end up buying? You never updated us. And I guess because we don't do videos all the time, that's kind of the problem, is we forget what we videoed and where we left off. So we're trying to get better about that. Please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to our channel, leave us a comment. It's really encouraging and helps us keep going and trying to share our journey here on YouTube. One of the main reasons that we ended up buying this is because we can use it to plow the driveway, and we have kind of a long driveway. So it snowed a couple inches last night, so I thought, hey, no better time than to update you guys on how awesome this thing is as a workhorse for our little homestead. But it has several uses. It's very versatile, and I also have a little tip that I'll leave at the end. Should you get the more expensive four-wheeler that the salesmen were definitely trying to sell us on, or not?
Take it out there and talk about what we've done to it right here. So I'm all bundled up because I'm getting ready to do the driveway real quick, but I talk a little bit about the specifics of this one. So there were some options we had to decide on. Once we decided on the 500, which is what the model we wanted, we had to decide between four-wheel drive, which we knew we wanted, and the locking rear differential, the suspension, and power steering. And power steering was one we really went back and forth on, because with the power steering, you can drive at low speeds real easy. We even test drove one and was like, oh, this is nice. But once you're up to speed, you don't really notice it so much, and you don't really need that power steering. You don't need to be going too fast on these things, and they can still be very dangerous. So we decided to go no power steering, which I want to say, what?
I just said I was going to tell them that at the end, but it's all right.
Oh, we can cut all that out then.
Just keep going, we'll leave it in.
So I think a power steering option save you about $1,000 on the price. The suspension, about $1,000, and we chose the suspension we did because we wanted to be able to pull some heavier things, possibly a trailer with wood. So we didn't need the extra springy, bouncy suspension. We wanted a stiffer suspension. A couple quick things we did right when we got it. Hi, Cal. We put a front and back rack on, and we went through a couple different racks before we found the one that fit right to this. We ended up with a Colpin rack on the front and back. This basket can either drop down or you can raise it up and it can be a risen basket. I like it flat like this because I can lay logs or tools or whatever along the back and not have to worry about this being up. One disadvantage of it being dropped down is if I am going to tow anything, it has to clear this basket. If it was up, I wouldn't have to worry about that so much. But we put we just kind of carry Homestead stuff around in here. It's really super convenient. You can put feed back here, chainsaw, and then normally up front I have a shovel, or sometimes I can clamp my rifle into these Colpin clamps, which these didn't come as part of the rack, but these ratcheting, I think they're called Rhino ratchets, are awesome. They hold on to tools really well. Shovel, rake, pitchfork. You can keep multiple tools in here if you want. And we also added a winch, because the Hondas, they come pretty base. They don't come with a winch. So we had a winch installed so that, one, we can use it as a winch, but if you're going to get a snow plow, which we then also added, you have to have the winch, because that's what raises and lowers the snow plow. So we did some modifications. When you get a Honda, you're paying a premium for Honda, but they really last. You can spend about the same amount of money on a different brand, a brand maybe you haven't heard of, that will come already with racks, with power steering, with a plow, with a winch. It comes with all that stuff for about the price you pay of a bare bones Honda. But we decided to go with the old trusty Honda, and I will say I've kept an eye on the market value of ours, and it's held its value really well since we bought it brand new. And it has not let us down at all as far as power, towing, anything. It's done everything we need it to do. We use it for a lot of chicken chores. We're running around the property chores. Now we have the cows. We'll get to see how it works out in the pasture, moving cows, and if we need to run stuff out to them. We did cut hay last year, and I brought all the bales of hay back to the barn to stack with just this. I think I was able to get like 8 bales, square bales on here at a time and haul them back and forth. So we weren't using a truck and disturbing our pasture really that much. It's another thing we really like over four-wheeler instead of a side-by-side is the impact that it does to your land and your pasture. This leaves very little trace that you've been around, and so we get a lot of use out of it. I highly recommend it. It's one of those things when you get a Honda or a four-wheeler that you start to think like, oh, I could get this one for $6,000, and then you think, oh, but only for $500 more I could get the most powerful one, or $1,000 more I could get the most powerful one. My theory is to always just buy it once and get all the things you need. In the past, I've bought underpowered equipment and I've regretted it immediately. No regrets here, and it's fun.
I hope. So pretty. Hey, Maple. Was that fun?
That's the best part about it. Yeah, it's fun.
All right, guys. So if you're thinking about getting a four-wheeler, I think we definitely recommend it as a versatile farm tool. It makes things more fun and more easy. It's also very useful. If you want to save yourself a little bit of money, don't go for the power steering, no matter what the salesman says. Because I feel like it makes it a little bit safer because you can't go as fast, which is a point that Rob made when we were considering whether or not to upgrade to that. And it's just one more thing to break, right? One more thing to keep maintenance on. And so that's our tip, is get one, but you don't have to get all the bells and whistles to make it a useful workhorse for your homestead. Go out there, stay safe, and have some fun.
Bye.
All right, I don't know if we'll fit this into our four-wheeler video or not, but I'm hoping to, because it's been a week or so since we plowed the drive. Now we're getting frigid temperatures, and we're actually bringing up some firewood all loaded down. Well, he already brought some up. Normally the back is also stacked up, but we are just preparing for, he's asking if I have the baby monitor. Yes, it's in my pocket. Baby's sleeping and we are within range, so we know if she wakes up. We're preparing for a power outage, really, but I think we might start a fire anyways, just because it's gonna be so nasty out with the wind chill. I think the furnace will have a hard time keeping up, don't you?
Yeah.
So we're gonna be proactive and get some wood up here because we don't want to be out lugging it around in negative 24-degree wind chill temperatures.
We've got the generator.
Hope, you know where the barn is, right? She don't care. But she does have access to the barn with some deep bedding. The chickens have been getting some deep bedding as well. Again, I don't know if I'm gonna get to sneak this into our Honda Foreman video or not, but it comes in very handy. We use it almost every day, even in the summertime, really. It's more so for sure our winter season workhorse. We use the golf cart a lot in the summer, and we need to do some maintenance on that this spring for sure.
It's a trip saver. First year out here, we carried wood armload by armload from that barn down there up here to heat the house.
We did?
Oh yeah.
I thought we used the golf cart.
Nope, first year we didn't have, when we first got out here we didn't have anything.
Oh, that's right. Hope is really getting into it. She's enjoying this winter blast we're about to have. Back to the Honda Foreman video that we already shot.